quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack. Quack. Quack, quack. Quack, quack.
Double kill. Double kill.
Quack.
Remember, in September, never was a cloudy day. Do you remember? In September day. Break it down for me. And then, and I saw singing, yeah. Do you remember? Never was a cloudy day.
Quack, quack.
Doom 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 doom. Dum 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 dum.
Quack.
Dum 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 dum. Break it down for me. Say, do you remember dancing in September? I'm not late, chat. You are. Hey, hey. Never was a cloud day.
Quack, quack.
Deep inside of me. Ayo, chat. Wagwan, as the kids say these days. And welcome to the very first dev update for HeroCraft. It's going to be freaking dope, dude. Until then, just vibe. Am I unbelieving that you're in love with me?
Lucas Shaka.
Quack, quack.
Okay.
Drink water. Become moist.
Oh, Drago, how I shall drink the coffee. And chat, I have actually today First of all, say hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to. My eye is itchy. I've got an itchy. Oh my god, it's itchy. Why is my eye spicy, chat? It's probably because I put hot sauce into my retina so I could feel something. Wagwan, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? How's our day going? How's your life? How is your wife? Is she good? I'm sorry to hear. It's gonna be okay. But welcome, Sinchat, to the very first and probably one of only a few before we actually release. Welcome to the HeroCraft Dev Update stream. Whoa! It's amazing. Chat, say it with me now. Whoa! Welcome. Welcome in, everyone. Chat, I just want to say hello. So if I haven't seen your face yet in the chat, just say hello. It's fine. Drago, welcome in. Chickdead, how you doing, bro? It's been 3 years and it's only gonna get longer, bro. How you doing, bro? It's nice to see you in here, to see you nice. Chickdead, I love you. Dommy, balls. Oh, I've got hiccups from the caffeine. It's amazing. Wagwan, Adam. Wagwan.
Wagwan! Don't do that.
Don't do this in the East. You'll get stabbed. That's a joke. It's also true. Wagwan. How we do it? Ayo Scott, welcome. In chat, we are also live in TikTok. Say hello to the stinky little TikTokers. Hello, TikTok. Hello, everybody. It's me. Bless you. Welcome in as well. Richie, welcome, Sin. And then to Syntrocity HD. SYNTROCITY HD. That's me. Welcome. Is that your new border? I do not see the difference. Balls. No, the new border is... It's gone. There it is. That's the new border. It's freaking dope, dude. Whoa. That one. I made this one yesterday. Well, now we got this one. Phase the frick up, dude. And counting, okay? But now, I love you too, but can you see how you doing? Bro, I'm doing good. This is our 3rd week, chat. If you're not used to this now, we've been back to Twitch for 3 weeks now. Oh my god. And it's only getting here more. Yo, the border's like a gamer keyboard. Are you a gamer? No, I'm a gamer. That's what it is. I'm actually I'm a mermaid, but a homosexual mermaid. I'm a gay folk. That's it. I'm eating my tea, so I won't be typing, but I'll be listening to you. Chat, can we get a ha-ha in the chat for Scott? Because Scott's eating... Why are we laughing? Scott's eating food and we don't have food. You better bring back Among Us. Well, Chickdead, funnily enough, as of next week, we're going to be doing ha-ha in the chat for Scott. Because he's eating food. I want food. I've just had food. No, I shouldn't. I've got a Pokemon hat on, chat. Hibbity hobbity, the king has entered your property. What are you, the UK government? How you doing, Jay? Welcome, Cindy. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you had a good day so far. But Chickdead, funny enough, we are going to be doing Among Us as of next week. We're going to be doing it. Better not be modded because I use them. Well, I don't know what to tell you then, bro. We can't play vanilla. Vanilla is just Ray. Only Ray people play vanilla. I don't know where that's going, chat. Probably somewhere offensive. Who knows? But chat, welcome. Hope you're having a blast. Like Bang Bang Chicken. I had Bang Bang Chicken today as well. I had Bang Bang Chicken and soy chicken with some fried rice. I'm uncomfortably full. That's all I have to say on that topic. Get the old gang back together. It's about time. Well, you know, it's going to be community and it's going to be streamers, okay? So we're going to be doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of this. You know that. So we're going to get either some old people, some new people, some old people, a little bit of spice, a little bit of this, a little bit of spice. It's going to be fun. And Among Us is modded way more now. It's like yay modded. You know what I mean? There's loads. There's so much to do with modding there. So we're gonna do. I play with Jay Fletcher a lot in Among Us, and it's cool. He does very lightly modded, and I'm vibing with it. However, I want to try chaotic mods. I want to see what it's like to have all the mods in there. You know, have a little bit of spice. And we still have to stream for your birthday, bro. Chick that, remind me your birthday again, bro. So we can make sure that we set it. Chat, I've got water today. I've got a bottle of water, but it's nearly gone because I got hooked on the feeling of hydration. Look it up. 5th of May, man. That I knew it was in May. Fam, it's getting close to it. Siri, what day is the 5th of May?
It's Sunday, the 5th of May, 2024.
There you go. It's wait. It said Sunday. Chick Teds. Chick Ted, we don't stream on Sundays, bro. Oh no.
Emotional damage.
If I join Among Us, best know I'll turn into Vicstar on steroids. Vicstar's not the biggest brain. I think he's a sweat. I don't think he's great. I just think he's a sweaty player. Well, you know, it's still fair. But we need justice for you. Are you talking about the Sentient Walls mod today, or is that still on Hush Hush? No, we are talking about the Sentient Walls mod. Chat, if you don't know, I'm in your frickin' walls, bro. And I'm coming for you, spiggity spoogity. I want your booty. Oh lord, it's been caffeine time. I owe you guys one more hydration. Justice for Chick Dead. I'll have to stream on that Sunday. That's in like what, 3 weeks? It's like 2-3 weeks away. We've got loads of time. So is this the man who delivered your coffee yesterday? No, it was not. I actually went to the coffee shop and was like, I'll take my coffee in the cup today, please. I did. I made sure that we were actually specifically getting the coffee from the cup, not letting somebody deliver it. Not doing it. We'll have to stream though for Chick Dead's birthday. Will we? Who knows? Probably not. That's when I play Magic the Gathering. Hopefully. Because I'm playing Magic the Gathering this Sunday with Tap for Goblins. So I'm playing Magic the Gathering with Tap for Goblins this Sunday. That's a funny little place, and it's going to be very fun. Look, chat, there he is. Whoa. But yeah, turning 17 was I was 13 when I was doing Among Us. How times passed, bro, that is nuts. Back in the day, this is why I always had that big don't say your age rule in the chat. I guess it's a little bit better now, but I will say, chat, if you're under the, listen, if you are like 16 and under, don't even put your age in the chat because it'll end up getting you banned. Okay, it's for your safety, my safety, everyone's safety. The less that we know, the safer it is for everybody, including yourself. You don't know who's on the internet. Tap for Goblins is here, chat, and he's gonna tap for your goblin. Wensleydale, lad. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm just here vibing. So, oh wait, listen. Less than a month till GCSEs. Grinder ran out, so lurk and please to take my VIP away. Love you. Bye. Bye, Ibs. Thanks for the like there, bro. I appreciate it. I don't think I could ever get rid of that VIP. You're one of the longest standing VIPs and members of the channel. You've been here since day. Chat, somebody do follow age for M2. In fact, I don't even think it's gonna show your you might have to do your original name if you even remember what you were 3 years ago. Oh no, it does it for 3 years, 3 months. So that was January. Wait. 7th. That was January the 7th. Bro, that was 2 days before my birthday stream. That was 2 days before my very first birthday stream, where I ended up nearly going to hospital because of the hot sauce incident. It was the 5 VIP giveaway I got. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, dude. Some throwbacks there, chat. I recently got given a I spoke with Twitch, was like, hey, I've got some like clips that were deleted because they are so old. Can I have them back? And they were like, we don't have them. I was like, yeah, you do. They were like, we don't. I was like, you do. And they went, we do. So they gave me them back because they have to start it for 10 years. And fam, I've only been gone for 2 years. Even by law, it's 5. Time to file for a lawsuit. Nah, they had them. So they gave me them. So we have, not that we're going to watch them today. However, I could probably get one up. Me when I walk into a room filled with guys who are into me. What does that even mean, chat? Who knows? Not me. That's for sure. Let me see if I can find one of these clips from like back in day. It's here. Oh no, I have to go to my my back end. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Some very old. In fact, you know what the worst thing is? I was watching these clips last night, and then I realized I've put on weight since then. I mean, time's been graceful, but oh my lord. Created 3 years ago. Where is it? Such a me being called a donut. 3 years ago again. The truth. Why did I do this? I stand up for myself. There's logic. This. Sorry. Say. Like, what? Let's just click a random one, right? You fat fig. Like, chat. You fatty. Look, I was so... Fam, why are we even doing this? It's just going to make me feel bad.
Ready?
I didn't know what we were about to watch. I know what this is. I remember it. I remember this now. I remember this. I remember it.
Ready?
This is my birthday. I can't fit into that shirt anymore. Ah, no. There's a reason why I had to dance like that as well. Oh no. Oh, what in the Mr. Bean was I doing? What was I doing? Oh no. I'm not gonna lie, chat, I forgot. Icy welcome in, bro. Oh no. Kill all the women. What? Oh no. Sin's drink moments. I've never drunk on stream. That's what that's gonna be. I can guarantee you it. Oh, I don't want to. I don't like looking at these. Nutty boy. Oh my god, that's I got right. This I want to put money on it. It says Nutty boy.
What the? Okay. Oh, naughty boy. Don't
See.
ever clip that.
Oh what? Oh bro, oh no, go back. Sin. You put weight on since then.
Okay. Oh, naughty boy.
Damn, bro.
Don't.
Why you look kind of cute though? Do I look cute now? Chat, am I cute? Hi, Ari. So no, Sin, I clip both of those. No, you're not allowed to do this. The Pikachu clip is probably of you. I'm good. Okay, we'll look at that one. I know it's gonna be like Pikachu. It's gonna be that voice, but obviously me trying a little better. The beard's better now. Do you think the beard's better now? Because I could keep it that length, but my face gets I'm not even gonna lie to you. My face gets cold when it's that, because that's just stubble. Just his face. Yeah, I am I've actively acknowledged it now. I know, okay. So how does someone calm down from a competition the next day? I'm gonna need that advice. What competition are you doing, Stealth? Welcome, Sin, by the way. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I need to be fair. I need to go on a generic weight loss. I do. I've been putting on the pounds. Like if somebody slaps me in the stomach, my upper chest starts to do this a little bit. Sin looks kind of cute. It's you know what? It's the headphones for me though. The PlayStation headphones. Sorry. Hello. It's the PlayStation headphones, and you know what it is as well? It's the proper boy haircut, the quiff. Like, don't get me wrong. If I was to get my haircuts again, it'd be that, but a little bit better. But it would not be that short. Not again. Chat, you ready? Oh, you ready for this?
Naughty boy. Don't ever clip that. Chat.
I hate. It's the fact that I go, don't clip it, knowing that you guys are gonna clip it. It's the best clip ever. What are you? What are you? And I'm so sorry. Ib, it's you.
That's kind
Look, Ib, it's you in the chat. You can't see it because this chat's covering it. T3 relevance.
of concern.
Look at that, bro.
No. He was the butter. Chat, I think we found the butter. And if it is, I'm going to ban the butter, okay? Oh! Naughty boy.
Oh, what was I even thinking? Oh my
God!
Nuh-uh. No, naughty boy. Naughty boy. Oh, I can't. Daddy chill. Where's another one? I don't like looking at I don't like looking at this chat. I don't like it. These are all Among Us as well. Who called me Sintro? I hate it. Max Munchie. I missed that follower alert.
Thank you
Where
for
did
the
it
follow,
go?
man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
Isn't it funny? I still use the same.
What the freaking cheat? Hey, yo, Conehead.
Coneheads.
I mean, thanks for the raid of 34, bro. You know what? You pulled this mediocre beginning into a top. Thank you so much.
Why was they doing that?
Hey, yo, chat, once the raid chat dies down, we'll give
Chogo.
them a little shout out like that. Conehead, thank you so much. What did you get up to in your stream? We've legit.
You know what is funny about Cone? Cone went viral on TikTok for using that raid, right? And we were doing like what, 25 average back then? I remember this, right? And we were hitting like a 25 average. He raided us with 34 and he edited the clip to make it look like I was on one viewer because he recorded the very beginning of my stream. And he raided me with 34. And straight away, he goes viral on chat, deadass. He goes viral on TikTok for saying he raided an unknown streamer and then posted my reaction for good content. And he just went boom. And he was like 5 million views on TikTok back when 5 million views was like an insane amount. It still is, but like it was an absurd amount back then. And he messaged me, he was like, thanks for letting me go viral, by the way. You're great on camera. I was like, where's my shout out, bro? So that's what he did. I remember it as well. Coffee head.
I'm legit not gonna move. The coffee's on my head.
Who's hosting it?
I thought, I don't know who said.
What in the facial features is that?
I'm legit not gonna move. The coffee's on my head.
Who's hosting it?
I thought,
Fam, shave your beard, bro. Why is it that long?
I don't know who said.
You know what? Okay, I'm kind of glad. We appreciate that, Sin. Okay. He's taking a picture. Oh, he really is. The absolute. Oh, this is when we used to play with like Captain Sparkles and co. This is I know this game. This is Rini, Kara, Captain Sparkles, Brood,
Open.
Shadow. Yeah, there we go. Silence HD, and he gets. He really does
You
get
know
us
what? It
here.
was like a
You saw
listen.
nothing.
No,
You saw nothing.
no,
You're blind.
no.
You didn't see nothing. It was
Listen,
crap. You saw
silence.
nothing.
You know what? For once, so I actually had to do a double take. I was.
This is
that
my old
shocked he
logo
had
as
the
well.
Kahuna Matatas to do it. Silence may have just. He may have just killed Raph next to me, and then just.
I'm gonna get a drink.
You need. Yeah, that was like.
I do miss those days. Oh wait, look, we got the same. Wait, we've done full circle chat. Wait, I've just look at the camera. Wait. Play.
Oh,
Wait, is it the exact same color? Am I just that goated? It is. Not a place that I want. I look such like look like such a gorm. Whoa! It's like full, except like I enjoy that camera angle, but this, the wider camera angle, the better camera quality as well. Look, chat, I have actual skin color now. Look at that. Anyway, the point of all this, of showing this, is I was looking through all of these. All of them, all the way down. But you know what? It's kind of hard. Let's go to clips I've created. Right. I haven't trimmed my beard since I last saw you. That is believable. You still pasty?
Emotional.
What do you mean pasty? I thought I was doing too much of a yellow chat. Look, do you want me to? Oh, freaking look! I've turned it down. There you go. Am I pasty now? That is way too bright. There you go. That looks a little bit better. You whited. That is, bless you. That is just not true, and you know it. That is not true. See, Ari, exactly. No insult to say. Put those guns up. That's why I love Ari. Bless you. Yeah, sneeze. I'll be the. You're gonna be the imposter real quick. Right. So look. Let's go to. Okay. So here we go. I have returned. Oh, that's just unfortunate. I have returned. I don't want to look at this chat. Something about this clip already looks like something about this clip I don't want to play.
yeah, clowns. They're telling, bro. I know you were gifting subs when I was offline.
What? Clownser. What's with clown? I sound like Paddy and Selma from The Simpsons.
I know you were gifting subs when I was offline. You. Yeah, clowns. They're telling, bro. I know
Clownser.
you were gifting subs when I was offline. You dunce.
I nearly called him a dunk.
Also, Felix, thank you for the stretch. I appreciate it.
I do appreciate it, Felix. Thank you for that stretch, bro. I'll take it now.
Oh, bro, you are insane. You're cute.
It's insane.
Hey, yo. It's cute. Well, I knew you'd say that, Felix. But hey, yo, thanks, man. KK.
Can't wait.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I
No
am.
prince-
Also, Tyson,
facts,
welcome
no
into the
prince-
stream, bro. Hope you're having a good day. It's a new duck. It's a new one. I did it. Chat, do we regret that days? No, I don't regret it anyway. I don't regret anything. We missed those days. The old duck got fight. He did. He was addicted to Quack. That was the real problem. Where is I just wanna Emmy. Emmy. It's Emmy. Aww. It was Emmy's first raid. That's right. And also her first hype train.
This is my first hype train ever.
I love Emmy. Oh, that was such a cute. Let's watch it one more time. Hype train.
This is my first hype train ever.
That is such a sweetheart. I hope she's doing okay. It was her first. I remember I saw that and was like, I need to clip this so bad. It got you. Yeah, it got you a laugh. Yeah. Look at that. My certain video on a meme channel. Absolutely can't look at that. That's Freya being drunk. And I don't think she'd appreciate me showing it on stream. I just sent it straight to her and was like, hey, oh. Raggy. Oh my god, it's Pixie. I love Pixie.
Probably play with those, if that's okay.
Whoever stole my antidepressants, I hope you're happy now.
Oh, that's amazing.
That timing! That timing!
Wait, no. Shut up.
Probably play with those, if that's okay.
Whoever stole my antidepressants, I hope you're happy now.
I love that. Whoever stole my antidepressants, I hope you're happy now. Thank you for the Hadrash and ice. When did you go family friendly again? I didn't. I just personally just don't. I prefer not to swear on stream too much. So like if I say or con or put, I just prefer to do it. It's just better for me in my opinion. These are the oldest ones. Did you guys know that? Do you guys know what the well you can read it there. The first game I ever played on stream was with an Australian streamer called Lazy Bones. Nick30 about to come to Minecraft. Oh, he will, and he'll be playing on the server when we talk about it. We're gonna get into that pretty soon, chat. By the way. Oh wait, is that? Wait,
it's that. Or that.
So okay, so this is probably. This is before. Oh, wait. This is before I streamed. This is exactly 2 weeks. So 14 days. This is exactly 14 days before I went live for the first time. And I was playing this game called Rogue's Company with my friend Mikey and a girl called Shah, or Lazy Bones. There I am just there, the Famale. Pretty hot if you do say so myself. Now, Mikey, one of my favorite people in the entire world. I love the guy. He's a brother for life. If you listen to the other guy, so not Mikey talking, you'll hear the other guy talking. That's me. Listen to the difference in my voice from November 2020, right? That is the part that. You ready?
Oh my god, my
I've
ears!
never heard someone talk with more static in their life. Are you eating your old television?
That's me. That's my old voice before doing like content creation.
Holy shit, bro!
Holy shit, bro!
Get kicked out of the game again.
Bro, can someone clip that so I don't have to download it?
That was me. I clipped it. I ended up. I was just sitting in his chat and I did. That's my voice. Oh my god, my voice. Oh no. Oh my god. He on X game mode. And then we've got this. Oh, this is where it was. So, this is why I wanted to come here. By the way. Also, by the way, Scott, listen. I mean, Scott, you don't need to. You're insulting yourself here, brother. However, I'll bite. Scott, you're a donut fam. You're a silly little goose, bruv. That's what. You're not even a donut. You're a silly little goose and a donut. You're like a donut when somebody puts it in water. You're a soggy donut. Is that a weird thing online? No, it's biscuit. Never mind. You're a donut fam, and you are stupid. Now, the Coach, I can't. I know it's a punishment. I know, but I can't see shit. Right, now what did I want to see? Well, I can't see now. Where am I looking? Okay, chat, let me... What are we looking for? I like being punished. This is Fortnite. I want to find... I'm looking for a Minecraft clip.
And I'll just throw a nade at him.
See, this hairstyle I like. I like this hairstyle.
Strike.
Oh, this is just before the America trip. What happens here? What is it called again? I like being punished. I don't.
They're
Or
gonna
do
take
I?
us down. Punishment for sin is fun. I love being punished. Mom, what?
I know who would have said that.
I know where we. No, I know where we.
The thing is, I know.
Let's go to Rocky Reels.
Zacharias, you've missed the entire dev stream, bro. I'm sorry. We've been we ended stream and I'm joking. You haven't missed anything. Don't worry. What are you? I don't know what famale tartars are. I also don't have my glasses on, so I can't see because a coach just made me take them off. Yeah, we're gonna get into it in about literally once we finish watching there's a Minecraft set of clips I want to do. What are you doing, Steps in? Is it here?
I mean, you can't. I just about missed.
So
Damn.
okay, to be
Yeah,
fair,
I'd block of Touche. To be.
so this back here, right? So this is.
I mean, you can't.
This is the old HeroCraft server, right, chat? So this is how we can segue. This is the old Minecraft server. This is the new Minecraft server. And now we can segue. So this is the original Minecraft server. Look at this. Even back then, wearing hats every day of my life. I'm going to go bald from it. So let's see. So this is around about the same time. Is this also going to be a... Nope. Nope. No. No. Just no. Nope. Nope. Go away. Never. Not watching that again. Chat, we're not watching that ever again. In fact, chat, I quit streaming. Is there any more for Minecraft? No, this is Minecraft from 14 days ago. Okay. So these clips, the other ones must be lost. Hey, yo, why it kinda look like that, bro? Oh!
Oh, bro.
Stepcart, what are you doing?
Stepcart.
Fuck's sake, bro.
What are you doing, Stepcart? Oh. Oh, yeah.
2 years passed, I still have the same sense of humor. Hey, yo! I don't... When a port... it's how COVID kids were born. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, here, X Games mode. So that is... I need to try find a clip that's from the Minecraft era of back... Just... I wish we had more footage. I wish we had more footage from back during the Minecraft era. This is when Doobie scared me.
Me too. Doobie!
I guess, okay, so we can talk and then we can segue from this bit, okay? So, old Minecraft server. What do we do? Coach, I need to put my glasses on now, bro. I'm sorry, I can't see shit. Oh, that is so much. My eyes no longer do this. Now they do this. So, on the old Minecraft server. Wait, chat, I just need to point out. Hello, listen. We've kept TikTok. Listen, TikTok. I know that you are still here. And look, you guys get to chill. Okay, you guys get to chill here and talk. However, TikTok, I'm not paying attention to you guys at all. If you want to come and check us out, don't forget we are live on Twitch, on twitch.tv/IntrustHD. Come over there instead, okay? It's a better quality stream and everything's there. Right, so, are you going to throw a pickaxe with... Is that a bird? No, it's a spear. No, it's actually Minecraft Steve, and that's not a pickaxe. That's also a grappling hook. So, the new server. This is the old HeroCraft server. It was a roleplay game-based SMP, where we had lore events, we would chill, we would hang out with everybody that we loved, and we just make some fun content. It was ran by me, it was run by Adriftus, and it was basically just a larger scale community server where we were trying to bring on other streamers and have a ball. Did it work? Yeah, it was working very good until I went to America. And then, obviously, some people were getting ill as well who were working on the server. And, you know, so forth, so forth. The project ended up being archived. Such is life. I went to America for about 6 to 8 weeks-ish. Then I went to Tenerife with my family. And then I moved to London. And then 2 years later, Wagwan, here I am. So, chat, shall we do Shall we have an update? Shall we have a dev update? Shall we have a dev update stream? I think you should start a public RP SMP. No, we're not doing a roleplay SMP. We're having a roleplay server, 100% roleplay. And that's what we're going to talk about today, chat. So, welcome to the HeroCraft dev stream. Number 1. Right, let's go back to here and let's talk and let's get onto it. On topic. Oh, let's go. Look at me. I've got notes and I can sit here and show my notes. I can't show you my notes. Okay, cool. Right, chat. First of all, and first and foremost, there are a couple of things that we said that we were going to show off today. And if you look inside the Discord server, which if you are not in Discord, there's Discord right there. What I'm going to say is don't forget we have closed beta signups today to talk about. We have the server rules. We have 2 new areas that we're going to showcase. I'm going to give you guys a cinematic overview of the city. And then I'll be answering a couple of questions about the server, okay? And then afterwards, we're going to be doing a little section where we can help you guys create your first character in roleplay. So if you guys are sitting there going, Sin, I love the idea of the server. However, I suck at roleplay. I've never did something like this. What do I do? How do I do it? How do I even come up with the name? That's what we're gonna talk about all that stuff afterwards. So once we get the general update done, once you guys know what's going on, I've got the notes here on my other monitor. So once all that's done, we'll get into some character creation, and we might make a character or 2. You guys can be like, hey, will you make my character with me? And that's what we'll do. I'll make the character with you guys. You'll put down, hey, I want a character. You tell me what you want, and I'll tell you how you can make that character better. Sounds like a good deal? Sounds like a good deal. So, beta signups, server rules, 2 new areas in the city, cinematic overview, Q&A, character creation, and then a sneaky little spoiler, which I'm going to get, and Zine doesn't know. So we're going to give you guys a spoiler oiler, because you're all so silly and little. And that's what we do over here. So let me just make sure that I've got everything cleared and ready. Scott, I don't appreciate that screenshot, my dude. Nuh-uh. We should know. And that's the forbidden salute. Oh, no. He's AFK, so what Zine doesn't know won't hurt him. Yay! Right, chat. This is where it's going to get fun, okay? Now, we don't have the list of rules sorted because the 3 people in charge of this server, which is Drew, Zine, and I, we all have ADHD. What is that? That's ADHD's nuts, chat.
Emotional damage.
It is indeed. Hold up. What am I holding up for? You can't hold me up. You can't hold. I'm holding on for. I'm hooked on a feet. I'm a hooker. Huh? No. I'm a gentleman. Let's change up. This is the level up theme song. Right. Let's get into the biz. Let's talk about what we need to talk about. Let's make a good thought. Zine is driving, yeah. Hi, Zine. We didn't do anything. Welcome in. You're driving. You should not be on your phone while you're driving. This is your wife that's texting. I know, because you would never be texting and driving, would you, Zine? Nuh-uh. 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 Chat, okay, starting up. So here is how we want to do it. Drew, I'm parked waiting for food. Okay, so Zine, Andrew, I want you to just say yes or no. Are we talking about how people can sign up within my community, or are we going to be talking about how we want the closed beta to go with the content creation and the people's? So is it going to be just within my community that I talk about, or am I just going to give an overview and then we can sort it all out afterwards? That one is completely fine. It's going to be a first come first serve as well. So let's do an overview for now. Okay. We'll do an overview for now. So we're not going to do server rules because we all have ADHD and we didn't write the rules. So that's one thing we didn't do. I'm defo joining the SMP. It's not an SMP. Okay, let me explain. What is RP? Exactly. Sugar is fun. Sugar's amazing. It's to answer the first question. What is this server? It's a roleplay server. Next question. That's not true. See, Drew, I made you panic. Haha. What kind of server is it? It's not an SMP. It's not an RPG game. It's an RPG. It's not an RPG. Will you shut up? right? It's not an RPG. It's not an SMP. It's not, I don't know, it's not an MMORPG either. It's not even just your standard Minecraft server that you join with friends. It's not a creative server. It's a player experience. Everything that you do in this server is going to be 100% in character, okay? So from the second that you join the server to the second that you disconnect, you use the knowledge that you got inside the server and you hold it in the server and only in the server. Your character that you make will learn things as time goes on in the server. Boom. So no pixel. Scott, yes. No. Kinda. Maybe a little. It's like no pixel, but it's Minecraft. So it's better. You get what I'm saying? It's better. Not wrong, but that's the general. Exactly. So no pixel, and just to give you guys an idea, no pixel or GTA roleplay is just a general consensus of roleplay gaming. We have taken some of the ideas, a lot of the ideas, and we put it into this Minecraft server. So you guys have a chance to do, and without buying GTA and without being 18 plus, because GTA is an 18 plus game, you guys get to play Minecraft and roleplay at the same time. It's also medieval. It's also Java. It's also adventures, boss battles, loot, jobs, having friends and having a way to call your friends in a server. Hello. You don't need to have Discord. It's all in proximity. You don't need to leave your house anymore. You can just drink water in Minecraft. Everything's contained. It's self-contained. Can we be like NPC-like characters and do the silliest little things? You can do whatever you can do whatever you want. Okay? Hear me out on this one. What is this server? It's whatever you make it. What is the difference? And this is a very, very, very big point that I want to make. What is the difference between server rules and city laws? If you break the rules of the server, you're gonna get banned. If you break the law and you get away with it, cool. Do it. Abide the law, because there's going to be consequences. And what are we showing off today? Say it with me now. The prison. Ooh. We're going to be showing off the prison as well. I don't want to fight bosses. I want to be a surprisingly strong lumberjack who breaks down trees despite being a sweetheart. Well, Ari, that's one thing I'm not going to spoil. But I think you're going to love the server then. Like being ginger and being in prison day one. I mean, that's against the law. Okay, so that's... Okay, here, have this as an example. Server rule. You can be ginger. City law. Gingers get exiled. Who is the prison built by? I don't think we're legally allowed to answer that question, bless you. I don't know who built it. I mean, if you're on about the interior, I think it was both yourself and Indestructoid? Adventure, no playable mod packs. Can you stay mostly outside the city? Okay, so here, can you leave the city and never return? Sure. Is it a good idea? No. It is not a good idea. It is not a good idea to do that. No. You can do it. There's no point. You can't build on the outside. Don't forget, so the contained world that you're going to join, it's going to be, you just want to be the silliest little guy, and that's the cutest thing in the world, Ari, and that is why we love you here, okay? That is exactly, see, Drew, that's what it is. No, you got to be pink because you want to be the silliest little guy. Can you build it all? No. Welcome to Minecraft chat. You can't build anything. There is nothing that you can do to make that you can build in this server. You cannot build in HeroCraft. Do you get a house? No, you get an apartment. And then you do things to earn money. And then when you earn money, you can buy a house. You can build a little, maybe a house. So how do you get gear and stuff? Well, that depends. What are you after? Are you after weapons loot? Are you after magic? Are you after coin? Are you after selling the daily newspaper to the locals? Are you after finding things out? Are you trying to be a thief? What do you want to be a furry? A furry? A wizard, mage, warlock, wizard, soldier, rogue, priest, priestess, king maybe, queen. I don't know. What do you want to do? Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Be whoever you want to be. The server is called HeroCraft because you, the player, are the hero of your own story. From the second that you set foot into the city, it's your story. You are the main character. You want to do things your way. And you can do it. Abide the city laws. There we go. Or don't. Just don't get caught, you silly little goose. It's exactly that. It's with the Origin mod or something similar, right? No, yes. Epic Fight mod is probably the main one that we use. And that's only because we like the animation of walking. And once we finish talking about this picture, I will go onto the server and showcase a couple of things to you, such as the way that we walk, the way the server looks. Has fun. It's really cool. All right. Do you get to make your own story and background? Yes. And for those who have a hard time doing that, it's okay. Once we go over everything, once we finish doing a dev update, we'll go into character creation, how to do it. I mean, Ari, you're not going to have any trouble creating your own story and your own character. But for the people who do struggle, boom. But it messes with outside layers of skin sometimes. Oh no, it always messes with outside layers of skin. Trust me. I have the 3D skin mod. Looks kind of scary, I'm not going to lie. It freaks me out, Ari. Freaks me out. Do you get to use your own Minecraft skin? No, we choose the skin you wear. Of course you can use your own skin. There'll be different clothes that you can get in there. I have a skin mod IRL. You do. You butcher children and wear face masks on a weekend. It's gonna be the weekend in 2 hours, Adam. You should get your skin suit out. True. What up, brother? Great players. Great game. Want to see my I made myself? Yes, I do. I want to see your skin. Show me your skin. Can I be a villain? You can be, but take note, chat. Big warning. Big player. Great game. What up, brother? I can't believe I do that so much. You can be a villain. Just take note. Big warning. Big consequences. If you get caught breaking the law, guess what? You can go to jail. And jail's not where you want to go because we'll throw tomatoes at you. And we'll, haha, you're in prison. If you go to prison, chat, there's going to be things such as debt. You don't want to be in debt because you're trying to get all of your good copper, gold, and silver so you can buy a house. What if you break out? Then break out. Scott, listen, exactly. Jail, no fun. It's fun. So think about it like this, okay? You go to prison, not a great experience. You're going to be in debt. However, it's not going to be like you are not going to be limited to what you can do, as in, oh, all right, let me say. It's freaking adorable. That it's you. All right, it's just you. And I love that. It's amazing. And if you get caught being a ginger, you get sent to prison. Well, no. So here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying if you are ginger, you go to prison. I'm saying players can dictate what the laws of the server are. If the law states by the person who's elected ruler, hey, you can't be ginger. We do not trust gingers. They don't have souls. Then you can go to prison. But that's not the point. You don't. It's not just being ginger. I will be king. I think there doesn't have to. The thing is, chat, there doesn't have to be a king. There can be a high council. There can be a queen. There can be. There can't. There can. I'm joking.
Emotional damage.
There can be. They can elect however they want to elect. Have you seen a video of the guy talking to a prisoner and he? Wait, that disappeared from my screen so fast. I think I might have had an epileptic jump fit. And he just finds the ideal routine the best. I did not know that. I don't want to make the rules. I like being able to follow them and just exist. Well, that's where the fun part exists, Ari. You can do and be whoever and whatever you want to be in the server. You can just be a silly little bean and vibe. Vote for me then? If I vote for you, what will I get in return, Richie? That's the thing. That's what we need to think about. Okay? Let me turn the music down just a tad as well, chat. There we go. That's better. Whew. It's going to... The main point here, chat. I think Hannah Montana says it best. Life's what you make it. Okay? That's it. Hannah Montana said it. That's the main point. No gingers in town. I mean, I can vibe with that. Can I play a Dead by Day? Wait, can I play Dead by Daylight but in your Minecraft server, like just hunting people down? You could do. Sure. If you get caught, you'll go to jail and then you'll get fined. The player experience inside of the prison isn't going to be you are restricted to what you can do, so don't play the game. It's not going to be like you are soft banned for 2 weeks. That's not it. It's going to be like you're going to get people that's like ringing bells being like, it's dinner time, everyone. And then you all have to go out and take lunch. And then it's like, it's time to go to the yard. And then you go to the yard and then people can visit you. It's still going to be a very good player experience for everyone. You can control what you do in there. Can you escape from prison? You can try. And if you can get out of prison, good for you. There'll be a bounty on your head probably. And then someone will get paid to bring you to justice. It's like Escapist, but you won't be... Exactly. Who wants to escape prison? It's going to be fun. I can't get fined if I'm already fine. You guys seen her here? I'm good, Deck. How you doing today, bro? Prison RP will be... I think, like, imagine somebody getting sentenced to prison, right? Imagine somebody that gets sentenced life in prison, right? The first person to get life in prison is going to Owen. How long you been here, son? He's like, I've been here for 2 weeks. How long have you been here? I've been here since day one. That'll be cool. First prison is Scott. First person in prison is going to be Scott. I bet if I join, I'll probably get life in prison. 100%. And chat, I do want to make sure I won't turn you into the police. Oh my god. What do you mean? I won't tell anybody if I see a hitman run past me. Can't tell anyone. I can't do that. However, what I will say is one very big rule, chat. And hear me out. And this is going to be the most important rule. And I will always, and I mean I will always be reiterating this. Do not break character. We are not having any of this out of character. Hey, yo, Sin, did you just see what happened? None of that. None of it. There is not a single moment or instance in this server where you will have the chance to go, okay, so out of character? No. If you've seen GTA roleplay, or if you've seen any other game that is strictly roleplay, 100% of the time, the second that you click enter server, to the second that you hit leave server, you are in character the entire time. When I join that server, I am not Centrosity HD anymore. I am Henrik Lefroy from the original HeroCraft server. If you want to go as a character, DM them or something on Discord. However, yes. So you can still do that. Drew, you said it there. There's nothing you would need that you can't be explained in roleplay. Exactly. Now, hear me out. To breach off to breach. Breach 2 on the upstairs floor. Yo. To bridge off of what Ari was saying. Sorry for my ADHD. If there's something that you want to say out of character, DM them on Discord or something. Yes and no. Enjoy the Rocket League tournament, Adam. This is the ADHD we were talking. I mean, I know I do. I just won't take meds because I don't want personality altering drugs inside of my head. Sorry. So I've lost my trail of thought. ADHD being... Okay. What was the topic? It was Ari. DM character out on Discord. Cool. Okay, here we are. Chat. Here we are. Discord. There is not a time. Oh my god, chat. Wow. Is that something that we can just like... What was that? My brain shut off. I like everyone living in my head. I can't kick them out. Nah. It's okay. Everybody's in my head. Ari lives in my head rent-free. I just hear, hey, listen, 24/7. So, Discord. You had IRL frame drops. It's true. I'm stuck. I don't stream. Hibbity hoppity. The king has left your property. Hi, Jay. Right. As we're saying, Ari, very good point. You DM somebody on Discord if you want to say something to somebody. Here's how you avoid that. There is not an instance where you are talking to somebody in the server and you should need to message them on Discord about insider information. Let's say, Ari, for example, you and I bump into each other in the server, and I trade you a note. This note here has some very classified information, right? I just need, thank you. Oh, Drew, I love you. You've got the hang of it. Good shit. There's not a time where you should get insider information and give it to somebody else. If I give you this note and go, treasure this with your life. Nobody else can read this note. Nobody else should read this note. This note is for you and for you only, Ari. Take the note. And then you go, and let's say, I don't know, let's say Brizine for some reason. Let's say you give Brizine that note and you go, Sin gave me this note. That's fine. You give the note in character. But then let's say you give it to, I don't know, Zine. Let's say you DM Zine on Discord and you go, Zine, Sin gave me this note. Boom. You can't do that. You can't replace, and yet Zine, there you go, Zine said it as well. Outer game communication is fine so long as it doesn't replace the communication of the character. So if it's stuff that only character to character should know, don't share the information. You can still talk to people on Discord. We're not going to change that. Just not in the server or in game. Yeah. How do you get the epic fight skills if you're mainly staying in the city? We didn't say you were staying in the city. We just said it would be a bad idea to go outside the city. Words are hard. Trust me, it's okay. Ari, you said something before and I didn't read it because I knew I'd get distracted. It's me showing up without rent for the 180,359th time. That's yes. It's just and that's it. And then I'm like, you know what? You can stay. Fair. Why not? But so guys, we didn't say that you can't leave the city. We're just saying hello there. Exactly, Scott. That's what they do. They just walk in and like, hello there. So we're not saying that you can't leave the server. We're not saying you can't leave the city. Just why would you? You don't need to. You should want to. There is going to be Drew, am I talking about what's outside the city limits or not? Nope. Okay, cool. Can someone make an adventure guild? An adventures guild? You can make whatever you want, okay? You want to make the A team. Do it, right? Just so, and that way, okay, see exactly. Just know that there's a lot of things, exactly, and what Drew is saying there in terrible English, because he's typing so fast. There is always something to do. No matter what corner you go inside this world, there is always something to do. There's always somewhere to explore. I'm going to put money on this. You should have seen us as just chatting to the intermission. All right, trust me, I'm very aware. However, I've lost the Photoshop and After Effects folder for this, so I no longer have control of what's said over here. Yeah, I lost the folder on my old PC when I changed over, because I'm stupid. Will the closed beta carry over to the open beta? Yes, most likely so. Unless it's something that's very broken. You just got adventure. Huh? Drew, what do you say? Yes, closed beta will carry on to open beta, will it not? Yes, I don't see why not. It's just people that want to have early access to the server. As long as it's something that's not game breaking, you know, we'll compensate you for finding a bug, but at the same time. Yeah, Ari, it's tragic. It is very tragic. Skip song. I guess it's a good song. No, skip song. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know why I skipped the song. I mute the song in my head. I don't know, to be honest. I think it'd probably be a bad idea to carry over. Who knows? Let's just see what it is. It's more so I think, Drew, with mentioning the closed beta, I think it's a better time that I'm going to go into that thing. Do you think I talk about the closed beta times just for my community, or do you reckon I say the plan of how we want to do the closed beta? Because I want to include numbers, to be honest. Scott, that's literally nothing, bro. Will things that happen in beta stay when the server releases to the public? Like, will there be any resets or something? So that's what Sakari, well, Unsensical, that's what Sakarius has just mentioned. Will everything transverse over? It depends, really. Everything is going to be, we need to know, the reason why it's a closed beta is because we want people that want to test the server out, but also this is the time where we find bugs, because we're doing a release and we are going to try get, there's going to be like a lot of people joining this. So let me just, I'm going to do you guys a favor. Boom. I think there's best, I think there will be a reset, because like, imagine during a closed beta, you find a game-breaking bug and you get a load of money or something. So this is what I was saying, Drew. I was saying, I think the data or I think the data should be able to transpose over. However, I agree with reset. I agree with a reset depending on the circumstance. I think if there's a game-breaking bug and everybody, chat, I'm gonna say it depends on factors. If for some reason, and holy damn if it works, there is no bugs. Grandfather look down on me. The old father's blessing us. Yeah, I also get that. I understand that it's a closed beta, and chat, yes, it's a closed beta. So it's not publicly accessible, so it does give people a player advantage. But what I will say is it also gives you guys a head start for when it does go public, right? But if the server does go 100% correctly and there is no bugs, I think we could revisit, maybe. However, the closed beta is only going to be for a couple of days. It's not going to be like a 1 week long beta test. It is quite literally going to be like a 2-day thing. Okay? That's what it's going to be. Also, Shados, Wagwan, how you doing, bro? Welcome in. How's your day? How was your stream, my dude? Which days? Okay, yeah. It's going to be 3 days. I think, and this is where we need to decide now. Drew, I was thinking we could potentially do. Oh, Drew's messaging me privately. Never mind. Drew, I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that? I'm okay with that. Chat, Drew's mentioning something very spicy that I didn't think was going to be a thing, but he's saying it. If the... Chat, bear with me. Drew, here's the thing. Hear me out. Drew. Stop typing. I want to do the thing with the content creators and the numbers and the thing, which I think that might take me like a day or two. So it might have to be this day. It might have to be that way. If we do the idea that I want. Do you know what method I'm on about, by the way, when I say this? Or am I talking too cryptic? I'm looking at both my Twitch chat. Nope, you're good. Okay. Drew, I want to talk about, I feel like it should, I feel like it'll be okay if I do that. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah, okay. I think the way I want to do the closed beta, I think we should say that way, because I feel like it'll make people understand what I'm after, if that makes sense. See, I just broke my spacebar. Scott, what have you done? Is it because you're ginger? Come on. No, Mr. Scary. Ari, I know. I need Drew to acknowledge so I can say it, because it's kind of an important part of how ban gingers. One misspelling of that word and we're all doomed. I'm just saying, chat. Drew? No, don't ban gingers. Right, okay. Drew, I need to know. Can I tell them about the way I want to do it? Because my knee's shaking now, because now I'm like... I need to continuously move on with things, otherwise my trailer thought runs. I also have the music muted so that I can focus. Yes. Huh? Oh, yes, tell us. I was like, you steal us? What do you mean you steal us? Drew's in Discord? No, he's just DMing me. That's the only difference from it. Shadows, how was your stream, by the way, bro? Welcome soon, welcome soon, welcome soon. Okay. I think Drew's busy, chat, so I'm gonna say it, and then I'll ask for forgiveness afterwards. The way I want to do the closed beta is, and I think Ari, you and I know, Wagwan Shadows, welcome in, welcome back. Again, how was your stream? How was things? Welcome back. We're doing the dev update, by the way. I'm here, oh, okay, that's fine. Drew, I want to do the, I'm going to talk about the way I want to do it, the closed beta, if that's okay. Gotta take this 50 seconds. That's okay. I can ask for forgiveness afterwards, Drew. Well, Shadows, yeah, we're doing a dev update. Boom. Chat, I want you to know I'm constantly pausing my ads for this. Streamer's doing good, to be honest. Just vibing, not gonna lie. Well, don't forget, you're now on my suggested streamers tab. So chat, if you don't know who Shadows is, very cool guy. I know him from the In Real World. It's a scary place, I know. It's an outdated server. We really need to move on. We have no more pauses. We don't have any more pauses. I know. I keep getting rid of things. I keep pausing all the adverts because I'm dumb. What can I say? Except you're welcome. So, I know Shadows from the In Real World. It's a terrible server, by the way. But Shadows is now in my suggested streamer peoples because he's trying to do good. He's trying to make bigger numbers. He's trying to become a better streamer. And he is. He listens to the advice I've been giving him. Kind of cool person. Big ooh-woos in chat. Can we get an ooh-woo? Like a ooh-woo. Look at that. You ready? Look at that. Look at it. Welcome to ADHD chat. Wagwan. So when Ari does it, it's cute. It's fine. So. Here's the plan. For my closed beta idea that I wanted and I pitched to Drew and to Zine, and I think we're going to go ahead with this one. And I think, Ari, you might know one specific server that I'm probably going to be using to talk to some people. We want to do a closed beta. This beta is probably going to run from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. They're the better days because it gives me time to talk to people and be like, hey, here's the signups. You need to be quick because it's going to be in 2 days. We were, Drew mentioned it to me. I need to keep my DMs open just in case Drew shouts at me. Drew mentioned it to me that we were potentially going to do it today, tomorrow, and the day after. However, I do want to try and get enough people in. We have the idea of having 5 content creators, bringing on 5 potentially. Okay, so Drew said potentially. Okay, so Drew's acknowledging it. That means cool, he's still here. So the idea is to potentially get 5 content creators, and those 5 content creators bringing 5 of their own community in who can secretly playtest this in closed beta. This will go on for 3 days. 3 days. That being Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Then we have 2 of our own servers, and then my server. Hello, everybody. So from the people that are from there, that's all going to be good. Welcome back, my lord. Yes. So in total, the closed off beta should hopefully, if Ari, I think you know the server. I'm probably going to be asking people in there as well. I'll back most for those days. Woohoo! Welcome back then, Akosha, because you're gone for this weekend. So what I'd say, collab, yes, collab. Because I know I've got a lot of friendos in there, and I like the people in there. I can trust the people in there. The only thing is they can't stream it because it's closed. So how do you get content creators to play something without being able to stream it or record it? Drew, I've come up with an issue and I've come up with a solution. It's a closed beta, but we allow them to stream it. Solution, yes. Because how are we going to get content? Yeah, no, Ari, I'm aware. I was going to suggest doing it like in a couple of days rather, but at the same time, we want to have the public beta out by the end of closed beta. Either way, chat, we'll come up with the date for the closed beta. However, trailers not. We didn't fit. Maybe they don't stream closed. I don't see how we'll get content creators then. How are content creators going to join onto a closed beta for a closed beta when they need to make content? That's the problem that we've just come across. I've just realized. Think of how little I've been able to stream the development of this server and how much I've not wanted to play another server. Because don't forget, every time I play Dawncraft, I'm like, I don't want to play Dawncraft. I want to play HeroCraft. HeroCraft is so much fun. Gives you time to get creators to play open. What if we do closed, right? What if we were to do closed and just have 10 people on closed? Or just whoever signs up for closed through this stream and stuff. And then we could... Okay, that... Open beta be next week, chat? Just let them do it. I think we should do it. I think you should just get beta testers. Doesn't have to be streamers. I know, but it gives them a chance to... Like, the reason why I say bring on streamers... Oh, yeah, Chad, by the way, if you're not a subscriber, by the way, sorry, you're going to get an ad in 45 seconds. Enjoy. We tried snoozing it for an hour. Sorry. If you need someone, I'd be down. See, and this is why we love Ari, chat. We love you, Ari. We do. Nia!
Niabex just resubscribed for 16 months.
I forgot about... I forgot.
Totally not here.
I forgot about
3 dance too.
I forgot about that sub alert. Also, Nia, thank you for the tier 1 for your 16 months. You're totally not here. Hi, Nia. I appreciate you not being here. Hiccup. Oh my god. I need to get back and stream and chat. It'd be insane. The more people that stream it, the better as well. Because don't forget, it's all about that growth. It's all about making the server bigger and better and wider. Right, let's look at... Let me just read back because Joy done a countdown. I missed everyone's freaking messages. You just want to be down? Ari, I love you. Where can we sign up? We'll go into that in a second, chat. Maybe you can start with closed. Let people stream at the end once you start opening it up. Okay, chat, hydrate me. Because I'm going to hydrate now. And may as well use the chat. May as well... Water. I'm going to drink water. Nice. Drink water. Become moist.
Drink water. Become moist.
That's amazing, chat. And just like that, I'm moist. Never say that in public. I will if I have a PC. God damn it, I have Bedrock. Okay, that's a very good point to also mention. Chat, what version of Minecraft is this server going to be on? Why did that just freeze? Stop, don't you freeze. Don't you do this to me. Don't you do this to me. Look at you. What chat, what's it gonna be on? Say it with me now. It's gonna be on Java. Bedrock. Sorry, it's gonna be on Java. It's a Java server. It always will be. It's never gonna stray away from that. It's always gonna be Java edition. If you play Bedrock, I'm so sorry. You can always check out the VODs and you can check the streams out and the content that we provide for you. Is it ever going to be on Bedrock? Let me think about it.
No.
It's never going to be on Bedrock. Likely is? No. There's just... It just doesn't look like it. I mean, like joints have on Bedrock? I mean, like joint and have Bedrock. I don't understand what you mean. Java and Bedrock joint? No. Oh, wait, are you saying that you have joint Bedrock and Java? Welcome back, you unsubbers. Does that mean that they're DOMs? If you guys aren't subbed, does that mean that you're DOMs? Potentially. Because if the question you're asking is, will you guys... Whoa. It's true! Does that mean that we're all, like, submissive? What? I like this song as well. I'm only speaking what we're all thinking, chat. You're all subs to me. How can I do that? Oh. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Wow, wow. Okay. Now that we're back, love this song. I love this. This song's amazing. Chat, if you don't know what it is, by the way, if you look at the bottom corner of the screen just down here, for you guys, it is the bottom right. At least for me, it is anyway. This is called Jumpstart. It's by these kids. What crowd? Amazing, amazing banger. I'm all for it. TikTok, I haven't neglected you, however. If you would like to, chat, this is the section of the stream where we say goodbye to the TikTokers. I've neglected you all so massively today. Goodbye, TikTok. Head over to twitch.tv and come and watch us. /SyntrosTHD, SYNTROCTY HD. That's me. Goodbye, TikTokies. Chat, I'm not going to lie. I forgot that I was live on TikTok. Neutral experience. I dead-ass forgot that we were live on TikTok. We got roses as well. Oh, I rose blocked people. I'm so sorry. We made 5 pence in that stream. Wait. We can listen to it again. Right, now that I have a type with one hand because your boyfriend has been holding your hand while napping. How's your hand not, like, really warm, Ari? See, the chat took 2 different sides. Like, Drew's like, "Aw," and I'm like, that's a clammy hand. Okay. I need to sit in a comfortable position. Oh, that's a comfortable position. I'm in the podcasting. I'm sitting like a podcaster, and I'm okay with it. What if I move my microphone to here? ADHD, never mind. What? I was recording like the past 16 minutes of this. Nah, that caught me off guard. Can we use acceptable voice changes in roleplay?
Stuff like this, right? If it's like this, it needs to be like, if it's like this, no, too much reverb.
If it's so you can hear my voice now,
then you can hear it now. This sounds two-tone. It sounds robotic. No. Then you go an eighth. Now when you go an eighth lower, it sounds natural. It's just a little dark. But you also need to have the accent to make it work. If I was
to speak with my natural accent in that voice,
if I was to speak in my natural accent, it's not going to work. But if I speak in an American accent, suddenly it snaps and it sounds good.
So it needs to be natural.
That's what we're saying.
If I was to talk in my natural and then bring it
up another, bring it here, nah. Now, if I was to walk around like this, it would sound gross. It would sound poop.
You see what I mean? So the answer is, if it's a voice changer, if it sounds real, sure. Using an AI voice changer, you cannot sound like Joe Biden. Don't do that. You can't sound like Donald Trump. Don't do that. Do not do impersonation voices. No, we are not doing that. I will say this before we even have a chat about it. You cannot make a character that is based off of a real person, because guess what? It's just going to look ugly, and then we might get in trouble for it. So no. Spin. What up, bro? Is there modded items in the server? Yes. And I'll be showing the server off in a couple of minutes. A couple? Yes, there's a couple of... there's a few. But we are going to be showing it off in a couple of minutes. Don't worry. We're just going to go over this, the Q&A section. The general overview of it. Back to talk about... I need to mute the music on my end so that I don't do the whole ADHD side of it. There you go, chat. Have some music. So... closed beta. we'll dictate and we'll think about it a little bit more. I'll have Drew and Zine when they all sit down together while we do the overview. I'll get them to think about it, see how we can do it properly, okay? Is it a huge city with walls blocking everyone from leaving a city or not? Well, Jacob, you're going to see when we showcase it. Let me see. I think I have missed off a couple of questions as well, which is written in the FAQ. Okay. When will closed beta sign up be? It'll probably be after this stream. I'll have a closed beta sign up sheet and I'll put it down into the Minecraft gaming section of my Discord server. So if you're not in the chat again for the 50th time, just make sure you're in a Discord server. It's not hard to join. Click the link, join in, sign up with the rules, boing, hit the tick, and then look for the necessary channels. Probably going to be in Minecraft gaming. So you will see in a second, Jacob, what the server looks like. And there is a question here in the FAQ. I'm so glad Sin can't hear the music. Okay, I'm muting it because I will actually get completely distracted by that one. Is it against the rules to speak out of character? Yes or no? Yes, it's against the server rules to speak out of character if there's something that you need to or direly say to somebody that is to do with outside of server stuff, or you just want to send a message to somebody. Please just go to Discord. It's super simple. Just as long as you're not relaying information that a character should know, if it's not character information, go onto Discord. Do it. Don't join Discord calls. You shouldn't need to be in a Discord call while you're playing on the server. How do you earn money though, chat? You guys want to know how to earn money in the server? Important. Because you can't get everything for free. How are you going to pay for stuff? How are you going to pay for the goods and for your food? What, you want to eat food? You got to buy food. How do they get the food in the first place? Well, the baker will have to bake the food. How does he get the necessary items to cook the food? He's got to buy the crop and farming supplies from people. How do the farming suppliers get it? Well, then there's people that's going to be doing jobs and stuff. So there are multiple ways to earn money. Okay, there is multiple ways that you can make money on the server, chat. Think. How does people in the real world make money? They go to work. What work is that? I don't know. Maybe you want to make your own paper round. Maybe you want to steal from people. Maybe it's Maybelline. Ever thought of that? There's going to be loads of ways that you can make money. Even if that's going down to being unlawful, even if that's going to be down to being a really nice guy, even if that's going down and doing favors to people. Maybe you even want to, and just think, maybe you want to run a taxi service. You want to be a cab driver. Well, it's medieval fantasy. What do you mean by medieval fantasy cab driver? Horses and carriages, baby. We have horses, we have carriages. You can sit on the back of a carriage and get a ride if you want. It's there for a reason. Don't rob Sin, please. Sin's going to be a character, and I'm going to hide from everybody because I feel like everybody's going to do that. Okay. Let me see. What's the next one? Is there going to be posted rules anywhere, chat, by the way? Medieval Meta? No. Henrik Lefroy. He's my old school character from the old server. Medieval Fantasy plus Mafia? Isn't that just being unlawful? Isn't that just being a rogue? I've got such a dry throat from talking so much. Dilly. Touch my... Never mind. Question, chat. Where is the love? Where are the rules going to be listed? Well, we will have a HeroCraft Discord server. Here's the older Drifter server that we used to use back in the day. We're bringing back. We're bringing Sexy back. Oh man, that'd be fun. Which one? Organized medieval crime? Let's go. Nope. Please no. I'm going to be the target of that too much. So where's the rules going to be hosted? It's going to be in server rules. It's also going to be inside of the HeroCraft server. No. It's going to be posted there, and we'll have it. When will the link be available for this? Probably after closed beta. Okay? When we have all the rules finalized, we know what's going to go on. So, chat, I think the main question is, every great hero needs a great villain, Sin. Which one am I? Okay? Which one am I? I'm going to do a quick ping onto the Discord server, chat. Let's do a quick ping because I feel like it's a necessity for us to go. We're about to show the server for the first time. And let's go at everyone. Let's go. Let's get the server link here. And let's just do this very quick. Sorry, chat. Stop it. We're showing the new Minecraft server right now on stream. There we go. Oof. Any experiment. I crashed the server 5 times today, Alan. What do you mean, Zine? Yeah, but Zine, you've been moving up new mods. Yeah, you've been... yeah, we've all been testing. There's been almost 6 people between Bill and... yep. We're out here pushing them. We're out here making moves. Mogul moves. Let's get... I know Shadows is going to want... Will you be quiet, policeman? Let's just get... I know Shadows. There you go. Wow, wow. The mod pack ran on 60 rights just fine too, right, Sin? Right, Sin? It did. Yeah, it did. The only thing that crashed it was my shaders. My shaders are the only reason why it crashed. And I don't even think it was because I crashed. I think it was more so just I lost power in my apartment for like 5. The power just went through. And everything just came back. So, chat, this is the important part. We're about to load up. We're about to load up. Final question. Can you add shaders or any external mods to make your game look better for you? Yes, and it depends. External mods? Sure. Nothing that's going to make your game a lot better than everyone else's. Okay? If it feels cheaty, no. We'll have a lot of banned mod lists. Okay? Including like maps. Guess what? You can't use a mini-map in this server. Why should you? Think in your head, when are you ever going to be able to use your internal brain map? You wouldn't, would you? There's no maps. No maps in the real world. Other than like having your phone and having like a map. No mod that gives you competitive. Exactly. It's not a PvP server. Yeah. I want to see how big the city is. Now, I'm going to go here while I join. And I'm going to join it. Just so I can see where I can't see my mouse isn't. Where's my mouse? Okay, now I'm joining. This is the first chat. This is the first time you guys are going to see this. This is kind of crazy. Okay. And so you know what, chat? I'm going to turn the camera off for this one. Just wait for it, chat.
Zine. It's taking its time.
Hey, Zine. It took too long and in my Minecraft crashed because it took too long. Went to go snuggle your boyfriend for a bit. I hope I didn't miss much. You missed everything. Look, we're closing Minecraft now, Ari. You've missed it all. Chat, can we get some rest in peace for Ari? Because Ari's just missed us showcasing the server. Yeah, I know. I'm doing. It's that's hella annoying because that's what the loading of Minecraft is what makes my stream crash. So that's what's gonna kill the experience now. That's gonna be very sad. Don't lie to me, Simpson. I'm not lying. I'm just joking with you, Ari. Don't worry. Oh, although chat, I really do hope I'm begging that it doesn't crash everything now, because me loading it is what caused the stream to crash. Ruin a mood? Nah, it didn't. Don't worry. I will fix the encryption time. Just give me time. It's okay. I'm here. Well, Shadows, you're just in time. You're a bit late. It's okay. Being a bit late is fashion at this point. Chat, I think Shadows needs to give 25 subs for being late. Right, now Minecraft is reloading. Until then, chat, is there anything, are your PCs good enough for this, should we be concerned about how long it takes to load the potential crashes? No, it's a bug that we've got on our side. Don't worry. And to be fair, I was sitting on the server without doing anything for a long time. So, it's my fault. Realistically, I should have done this an hour ago. So, don't worry. My PC also has had a little bit of my PC just had a little bit of a heart attack earlier today. I leave my PC on overnight when I go to bed. I'm like, I should really turn it off. So no, it's not for anybody to be worried about. 0 time into optimization as of yet. Yeah. It's okay. It's still good though. We vibing. I blame me more than anything. It'll all be cleaned up, don't worry. Yeah, I know. I know you will anyway. Also, my PC's just been having a heart attack. Yippee! Ah, trust me. 20 resource packs and maxed out shaders earlier just to test things. That's where the testing is. Like, how much can the server hold? How do we make Minecraft cinematic as f? To be fair, it was cinematic as frick. It was chat, it was spicy. It did look, but Drew, did it look cool though? Okay, now I feel like we need to start. Okay, here we go. Chat, vibe it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Let's go. You ready? When it loads in, you should have recorded a video so you can show us without talking to describe it in a video. We were going to, but my ADHD just made me forget, and then I got busy. Funny you say that. I know we really were doing it. Will this be through CurseForge? We put in the mods, I reckon. No, everything will be downloaded. Boom, done. We've made it as convenient for the player as possible. Even down to settings. Please put the theme song on for How to Train Your Dragon. It'll be crazy as frick. No, I have one that's even better for that. Shadows, you're new to this, bro. We've been doing this for a while. I am cook. Let me cook. I'm gonna put it on. You've got me. Okay, cool. You know what? You want the right one. Where is it? Oh. It's got to be here. I actually can't find the song. It's called Test Flight. I have it. Test. Oh, there it is. This, and then we can go to. Here we go. Now we can do it. For the 5th time. There we go. Now we can do it. It's fine. I fixed everything. We're all here now. Damn. Right. Awesome. Happy to hear that, Zine. The packs were able through all methods and just... Yes, exactly. Even if the game sounds are great, they are. The in-game sounds, the in-game sounds are amazing. I'm going to try and make my hometown, where I grew up, into an F1 track again. But this time I'm actually going to spend time into it. Deck, do it, bro. I want to see those commitments. Chat. This is the HeroCraft roleplay server. This is where we don't want it to go wrong. Joining world. Oh, I have popcorn now.
Chat. Welcome to HeroCraft.
Hey Drew, set my speed to 0.02, please.
You guys are about to see something hella cool. Chat. Welcome to HeroCraft.
Drew, put it a little faster. Put it to 0.5 or something. 0.3 maybe? Or just a... Yes, thank you.
May I introduce the place you guys will call home, where the clocks, they function, where the ducks are running, where your legends will be born, to the city within HeroCraft.
Drew, make me a little faster.
Welcome to HeroCraft. The city reborn, the server of all, for friends and foes. This is HeroCraft.
Little faster, please, Drew. Excellent. A little slower. And just like that, chat. This is HeroCraft. This is where you guys... This is the next server.
I don't know much more I can really say other than there you guys have it. You guys think like you think that's impressive? Can you not see yourself being inspired here? What I mean, what do you mean? What's impressive? I don't know what you mean. What's impressive, bro? The fact that we have functioning animations inside the server. Spaceships and teleportation. Windmills and a bridge. May I say as well, a functioning bridge. If you guys can fix the bridge, by the way, by any chance, let me know. Windmills, chat. And Oregon R&R. Somewhat functioning. Yeah, the bridge, that's somewhat, it's a little buggy right now, but it'll be better. I'm just saying, chat. Was it worth the wait? We all clap for Sin's cameraman skills. I love I've got such a gentle hand when it comes to doing stuff like this. I mean, I was setting the speed. It's true, you were. NPCs, chat. NPCs! Can you show the prison again? 100%, bro. Cannons? Drew, do you want to set it to dusk, please? I need to see your new home.
You think you've got what it takes to survive the prison. This place will not be a place for the mortals, the people who are disciplined with not much in life. You will be tested. You will be pained. You shall repay. Welcome to the city prison. You think you can survive?
Prison luxurious? Oh no, this is the warden's office, chat. You think you guys are staying here? No, this is for the warden. Minecraft forts? Yeah, let's go. Oh, the prison doors also exist. The cells? No. You're lucky if you get a cell. You are, indeed, Scott is ginger, so. Are we the warden? Anybody can be anything in here, chat. That's the whole point of this. the point of everything here the point is that you can do whatever you want. The server is for the players to live their lives how they want to live their lives. I get to look over on a grateful universe. I am insanely proud of what we've done in the time that we've done it. Wait, I know what this calls for. You know what this calls for, Drew? Is it bad I don't know my way there? Imagine you finish your hard day at work, chat, and all you want to do is go and vibe with other people in the city. Well, guess what? Now you can. Welcome to the tavern. Pull up a chair, why don't you? And become the waiter that you wanted to be. And chat, you think that's it? No, no, no. See in here. He's drinking beer, chat. Do you have to wear an old outfit? No, not at all. This is my character skin. You see what that is? That's a mariachi band. Did you just force me to drink alcohol? Is it beer? Let's drink some beer together, chat. We're drinking beer. We're drinking so much beer. I hate that so much. And just like that, the tavern. There is so much that you can do in this city. You want to do little commando rolls? The city is big enough, chat. I'm so wowed. You have no idea. I'm about to uwu. Does that mean I'm about to bus on stream? Watch this. You want to be sneaky, chat? We get to sneak. Do boats function? Do boats function? Who knows? Maybe they do. Maybe they do. Now, I don't have. Wait, you need to give me one actually. I don't have the keybind set up. Go straight down to it's plasma voice as well. But still. Let's go to chat mic. There we go. Now we can hear me. And then, so chat, this is the prox chat thing that you have to do. So you go to here as well. Push to talk. We want this to be mouse button 5. There we go. That's ready to do. And then, how do we get off it? There we go. 222. See, you look at the bottom. There we go. There's my voice chat. Give me a crystal, Drew, if you're ready to show me the call. Really cool. Galactus. I'm loving it so far. But listen, Shadows. Do they? On the ground? Oh, okay. Okay. Calm crystals are broken right now. Okay, I'll display them anyway. So chat, look. I'm walking over items, but I don't seem to be picking it up. Now I do. I shifted and I picked it up. And then I can right click and then I can call someone. It's a little bit broken right now though. Baba Booey! Baba Booey! Hello, freaky little assassin person. How you doing? Gotta bend over and pick it up. Bend over, touch my toes, show you where my monster goes. The tool belt's a little bit broken there, Drew. That's one thing. Now to show you. You guys want to see stuff like this in a server? You're just chilling? We are doing a dev update for the new server that we're bringing out. Let me turn. Oh, listen to the in-game music. Got the power of a god and anime on my side. Yeah. I'm loving it. Will the server end like 3 years or so? No, server's never gonna end. Never. What's the estimate? It's not. Why would we end the server? Oh, let me just put this one away. Ready, chat? Certain weapons are let's just not like you guys are ever gonna get these things. However, the job areas, yeah. Can't show them the job areas, or they could see the weapons. We can show them the weapons. What are you trying to do to me, boy? How? Oh my god, that's loud. Chat, I'm so sorry. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. There you go. So yeah, now I walk like a now I walk like a badass. Straight to jail. So, did the villagers respawn? They are not villagers. They are locals. Wow, that's a new skill I didn't know I had. Can I just pull them together? Whoa, oh my god, it does. Do locals respawn? Better question. Yes, they do. However, you might notice my, you can see here, down on the bottom. It says that my item has a tag. It's called Bloodied. Don't get caught with a bloodied weapon. Alright. And then the last weapon to showcase, I guess. You might... When you finish showcasing weapons, there we go. Let's go to TP2 Drew. Ta-da! Yes, they do. Gotta pick them up. Just so people can see, I'll go in adventure mode for this in case I stop breaking things. Disclaimer, this demo is not necessarily representative of the final product. Exactly. Chat, just take notes. Anything that you see here might not be the final product, so just be careful. Can you interact with visitors, like the locals? Can you? Hi, Arva. I've got to sign in, Drew. So chat, you might notice logs don't stack. Holy damn. The logs ain't stacking. You want me to sign in, Drew? Hi, Arva. How's your day been? So chat, watch. Signing out. I am now signed in. Now I can do woodworking. Is it crouch? Is it left click? Never mind. You can't see how it works. Drew, it's not working. You rob items from the store. Remember how I said you needed more testing? It's blocked. Chat, you can't see it. Look at that. Let me just put you here. And then can I doink? Yep, cool. I keep that one. Either way. You rob items stores. You buy stuff. Yeah, this is why we do. This is why we want to do closed beta, chat. Can you rob items from the stores you can buy stuff from? I mean, sure. Try. Try rob stuff. Try get away with things. I mean, look how big the city is. It's a reputation system with the locals. There's a reputation system in general. You earn reputation as time goes on. This is the city, chat. Who knows? Is it just here, or is it also stretching outside of the city? Well, who knows? Doing good. Just gonna listen while I drive home from work. That's okay, Arva. Be careful. Drive safe. Just look. Killing locals give you. Killing locals will make the police come after you. The guards will come for you. Drew, I'm going to go to the Fishers Market. It's the next one. Is there a witness system with the locals? Yes. How cool though, chat. Is this the Fishers Market? No. Take a note, chat. Oh wait, this is the Fishers Market. Duh, there's fish there. Dolly. Am I showing one of the locals, Drew, or not? Okay, noted. Chat, don't tell me this is not cool.
Welcome, weary traveler. Looking to rent a lightning-fast horse?
Now, what do I even do with this? What do I do with the rentals? Okay, for now, just for showcase purposes, just put a, hey yo, Stealth, how you doing, bro? Just spawn in a horse and a cart, and we can showcase it. I'm gonna show off the animals while you do that. It can't be an NPC trade. Stealth, how you doing, bro? Nuts amount of things, chat. Nuts. Absolute nuts. What else do you want? Is there anything else? Is there anything you'd like to know? Lots to do. There is lots to do. Lots to see. Chat, you think this is impressive? Just wait until we get the actual trailer done. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You think we've shown you everything? This is nothing. Imagine, I know. Do you have to buy a house or you can get any house? No, you've got to buy the house. How do you do that? You need to get money. How do you do that? Wait till you're in. Find out, figure it out. Everything you learn, everything you need to know and more, you can figure out in character. And this is why. Don't yawn. Maybe yawn. I know, chat, I'm sorry. I'm decaffeinated. We work hard on this server, okay? We work very hard. This is why. This is what happens, chat. When I end my streams of a night, you think I go to bed? No. We work on this server all day, every day. Day and night, 24/7. That's what we work on. Also, chat, one good thing to note. The day cycle in the server. The day cycle is 3 times larger. Yes, it's 3x the regular Minecraft. So Minecraft's day and night cycle is 10 minutes day, 10 minutes night. This server is 30-minute day, 30-minute night as well. Is all places by hand, which... All what? Are you know about the entire city? God, no. There is so much world edit to be done. Everything is made by computer programming. We do everything ourselves. Yeah. World edit. It's the Minecraft it's the Minecraft Cinematic Universe world edit. That's what it is, MCU. That's even harder. Nah. Shadows. The multiverse. We are including the multiverse. I want to get the perfect time of day. There we go. One more? Just look at that. Look at the lighting, chat. The comms crystal's amazing, dude. Hibbity hobbity, the king has left your property. I'll see you soon, Jay. Have a great night, though, dude. Ooh. What? Why? I was vibing there. That was so mean. The sun's on the wrong side of the world. The world's flat, chat. When I finish writing custom packets, I'll be ready for... Yeah. I know. It's time to work, chat. We have a city bell. You guys know that everything works in this city? You think GTA roleplay was big? No. GTA roleplay has nothing on this. Drew, set my speed oversight speed so that I can just go around like a little bit faster, like 0.3 maybe. This is okay. This is the speed you want. Shadows, watch this. You want the voice? You want the voice? Not that one. Okay, look, I'll get the correct song up, okay?
I'm a Barbie Gale in a Barbie world. Welcome to HeroCraft.
Drew, I wanna hook on. I wanna latch onto you. TP to me. Let me latch onto you, and you give me I want you to give me like stroll around kind of thing, so I can be hands free. Okay, now go. Put yourself in cinematic mode, though, please.
Okay. This is how you want it. He will do it soon, chat. There we go. Yeah, I know. Welcome to HeroCraft. A city where you... No! Go away. I know. In a world where the hero within is always yourself, your story is written within. You are the hero from HeroCraft. Don't let the limits of your mind be the reason why you stop. A tale is to be told in everyone. The legends to be made, the tales to be told. Remember, this is who you are meant to be. Whether that be a king, a butcher, or a fisherman. This is your story. It always has been, and it always will be. So join us on your next adventure and venture forth to the real, the true, the mighty, and the Drew. This is HeroCraft. Slow. Slow. Slow!
So what do you think? I think that's all we need to talk about with the server. Don't you? What a day, chat. The top left. Hey, chat, did you notice? Right there? We named every single street. Every single street has its own name. I do the... Okay, F1 gets rid of it. Oh, hey, everyone.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey, mate, what's up?
Hey, by the way, don't... I am live.
Yeah, I said hi, what's up?
Oh, okay. Hey, yo. No, the voice chat wasn't working before.
Hi, Chad, I'm not in there, but I miss you.
What the frick, dude? Well, now I'm just gonna leave.
Give me a kiss, chat.
Mwah.
What? I love chat. Usually I'm in there watching, but I'm busy working.
See, chat? And that's what it is. Look, we've got prox chat that work. It's cool. Everybody has their own character. There's already people on the server testing it. You took most of your sanities, fix proximity chat, and there's more to fix, Zane. Richie, you did mention before saying, are the locals going to be able to walk around? Oh, yeah. The locals will be mingling with the people. My mingling. Yes, they are. In the end, it never ends. Why would it end, bro? Why would we allow your sanity to fix? I still have your stupid keybind, Zine. I made it through. Look at that, chat. Everything functions. Everything has its own function. I built these stairs. Even down to... Like, let's say, for example, let's use a sword of any kind. A stone sword seems more realistic. Just rip the guts out. Why? Okay, that's a little bit violent. What about a pike? Ooh. Nice. My back is hurting from carrying the server. I'm kidding. I'm in trouble for saying that. Shada. You misspelled your own name and we literally made it yesterday, Shadows. Let's look. A difference. A broadsword? Silver flame bladed. Yeah, easy. Two-handed swords. Was it Shados, like S-H-A? Like that? Shardhos. It's an elven name, you see. I think it was... No, it was. There you go. SHA apostrophe DHOS. Shardos. It's elven. So, you know, it'll fit right in. You can be an elf. I mean, with that forehead, you could be a dwarf. You could be an ogre with that forehead. Look! What? What? It did Drew, did you see that? That's a lot of damage. Okay. I think if you hit it, I think it's if you hit them on the head with it. Nope. For some reason. Is it the head? No? Is it? Oh wait, is it the back of the head? No, it's just him. Oh, whoa. That's a lot of damage. Nah, it is. Bro, that is funny though. Imagine dealing 30 quintillion damage. Okay. I mean, the Morning Star is definitely not going to get used. What else have we got? Yeah, I'm going to normalize that. What do you mean normalize it? There's nothing wrong with it. Maybe I tried it from behind. It still gave us the same. Nice. Medieval weapons, so that's what we were just in. Let's go to the weapons and masters. We'll never... No, you guys will never be able to get these weapons. I'm so sorry. Like, there'll be like one in the world completely. And now I'm invisible. Can I please get out of invisibility, please? Thank you. There's going to be a lot of weapons that you get, like this, for example. Did I dropped it on the floor? Can I? Is it offhand as well? I did not know you could dual weld these guns. That is insane. No, this is not going to be in the server. Don't worry, Richie. Yeah, no, these are, I'm sorry, they're not gonna be, they are not, let me tell you, they are not in this server. That is just, it's one of a lot of them, okay? Vampirize is a skill. I want to see this. Dancing Blade, these are skills, right? Bull Charge, no. Shadow Step. Shadow Step's a funny one. Shadows, you might want to learn that one. End the Step, Our Tendency, Critical Knowledge. Remember when Sin said that he had... Yeah, I just found a visual glitch. Thank you, Sin. You're very welcome. I don't know what it was, but you're welcome. You remember when Sin said he had ADHD? Yeah, it's fine. Just... Sometimes I get a little bit distracted. It's okay. We just have to just go, yeah, Sin, good job, and pat me on the head. Yeah, sure. Takoyaki. I like tacos. Unusable. Okay. Oh, okay, that's a cool one. Vampirize. So what? I need to learn... It was like, what? Ender Step, was it? No. Ender Step? Learn the Step skill first. Oh my god! Step. So you gotta learn all. So part 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I learn you, and then I'll learn you, and then I'll learn. And then I'll learn you. And we go to K. It's dodge. Let's see. End of step. Ooh, okay. What else? Shadow step. Is there a library? Yes. There's definitely going to be everything to do with, like... Is there a library? Probably somewhere. Is there going to be a library? More than definitely going to be, because people are going to make their own libraries out of it, or like make a little job in it. Like imagine you have your own house that you buy, you fill it with books with knowledge, and then you can give people out knowledge and pay for it. Do it. If it's not in there, do it yourself. Make the character development allow it. Let's see. What does this do? Hi, Logic. Logic, Jojo left the Discord server. I felt upset. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Hi, Bella. How you doing today? Hiccup. Test out a new weapon for medieval. No, let's not test out those ones. I want a crown. Give me a... I am king. Give me. What are you? A mini crown. Nope. Okay, it's not a real crown. Crown decoration? Does that go in my head? You turn me on like a light switch. Everybody in the front in a suit now. Crown. Give me a royal crown. Are you as well? Vampirism.
Bow down for your king.
Whoa. Okay, that is a mad one. You see no vampirism? I see vampirism. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't see it. Just gonna delete that one. It did not work at all. There's no vampires yet. Who knows? You play Skyrim. Do. Can he become a vampire? Who knows? Find it out
next week on HeroCraft. Developer update to Electric Boogalization.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it like this. We're loving it. I'm loving it like that. We're loving it so far. I'm loving every second of it. Okay. Now let's just go to here for 2 seconds. This is not any way of saying that we're ending it anyway. I just want to try and I want to do a Discord ping. Just so that we can get ahead of the game. Where's my mouse? There it is. Sin didn't even cover half the server. Literally, just keep that in mind. That is true. You guys are getting drip-fed information, by the way. What was the request, Tifa? Chat, you guys have made... You guys have made my girlfriend make the cattier version of Sin her phone background, and I'm never going to live it down. Thank you. Frickin', I can never win. It's technically your fault. I mean, sure. Server looks crazy. Man, I can't wait. Well, good job. Right, let's do one more ping to... let's go back one more time. And let's do... Sorry for the extra ping, everybody. At everyone. Sorry for the final ping today. We are doing character creation tips for the dev stream. Right now. Here we go. Right, chat. We have got... I know I've pinged everybody 3 times today. I know I've already done that. I'm sorry, chat. I've done 3 pings today in total. Now, let's talk character creation. You guys wanted to see what character creation was going to look like, so let's help with one of the characters' designs. Right. Shadows, you are my live example. You're my live example here, bro. Shadows, what are you thinking for your character? His name is Shadows, right? Shadows. Elven. Means warrior in Elvish. So there you go. That's a fun fact about how your name is pronounced. Damn, it is. So, let's talk character design. What I want to do is I want to help people very quickly. Are there elves? I'll get into that. Shadows. He's an elf. So, if you guys don't know how to make a character, we're going to go run it down. First of all, you want to find a name that is good to work, right? Mine is Seamus. Mine's Seamus. Exactly, Shaq. You're being Seamus. You are Seamus. It's the character of... It's, some may say it's a character from within. Why am I... I don't have boobas. Hey, yo, I know. Hey, yo, man's with it. Right, so. Shadows, do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know... Do you know what your character is going to be? Do you know what kind of life you want to live in there? Or are you just going to play it out and see what it does? Okay. How do you want to do it? How do you want to go about your character? What's his job? What's his profession? What's his life? Tell me, who is Shadows? And if you haven't figured it out, that's why we're doing this segment, is to help people by using you as an example. You right there. Not... Move out the way. Behind you. Stop. Move out the way. You. Yeah, not him. You. We're using you as an example. Now get the out of here, bro. Come on, get him back. Bro, honestly, I have it all planned out. I want to be king of the lands. Now, chat, are you going to let Shadows be the king of the lands, or do you want to be the king of the lands? Exactly. Some people are going to be in charge. Some people are going to want to be in charge. No, we don't want Shadows in charge of this. Why? Because he's Muslim. That's not true. Chat, it's a joke. Stop it. It's a joke. So, Shadows might not be ruler. Why is that? Because you want to be ruler instead. So you know what you do? You go against him or you kill him. Make sure that nobody can hide the body. You know? Can't be ruler if he's can't be ruler if he's unalived. I'm just saying. Must be a thing. Must have a thing. Norse assembly. Direct democracy. I'm against democracy. I'm for the monarchy, chat. Democracy is hypocrisy. I'm gonna sign and post it outside of the castle. I think it'd be great. However, wow, Jew. It's been 22 days. That's how long I've been streaming for. Technically, you're a day 1. Technically. Didn't you reset it? No, it was Toyish. Said the Brits. Yeah, of course. I love the monarch. I'm a monarchist. Oh well, I'm sorry. So, Drew, what's your watch time? That's what you should check for more than anything. Nah, I was on a drift. Oh, true. But to be honest, I'd want to be Batman. What? I bet you love cues too. I bet you love cues also. Your grammar's incorrect. Considering that you are speaking English, you'd think you spoke it better. And no, I respect the queue, because I think if you were there first, then, you know, you get priority to be in the queue. I'm not saying I love queues, I'm just saying there's anarchy when there is not order. Sorry, Mr. Freedom, but look where that got you. 2 days, 6 hours. Boom. That is nuts. How, Tyson, you've nearly got 2 days of watch time already. Who else freaking excited for the server? Bro, I could not be more excited. I think I'm probably the biggest fan of this server. Vigilante saving people's lives. So you can't be Batman then. So you're going to be Fat Man. I think we found out Shardos's name. It's like hearing...
The whimsical Shardos.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Let me check the importance. You never know. What you think? I actually believe that. I don't think you'll be in a position of power. Self-employed entertainment district security guard. Hello, this is me. I'm the guard of the security. I'm in charge. Look at me. Give me power. I'm in charge of entertainment. That's me. It sounds like Boris Johnson. Look at me now. I'm in charge. Look, let's go have fun. It's hard to commute between two monitors, but my microphone is right here. Power is highly overrated. In this server, yes, it's very overrated. There's going to be, like, think, chat. The more that you do on this server, the more responsibility you have and the less creative freedom you have with your character, because you're going to have responsibilities. Right? So you're going to do less in-character stuff. Could we do a character creation for you? Scott, what are you thinking? I'll be happy as a humble farmer. I think Henrik needs to be the baker that he was. I think. Because in HeroCraft Origins, the tale of Terralithia, we had Henrik Lefroy, who was once known as, he was a baker. Or is HeroCraft Origins... Wait. Is HeroCraft the Tales of Terralithia the sequel to this? Henrik with a C, by the way, Tyson. Wait. Tales of Terralithia. Terralithia? Tales of Terralithia, which was the old server, which I was writing the lore from, speaks of Henrik being, could get a D&D character creation card and do live character creations with people. We could do. I was thinking about doing this off stream or even on Monday, maybe. I was considering that we could go down the route of like doing character creation with people. However, no, wait. So, chat, you could all shut up, right? All of you guys, no, you guys don't understand this, right? So think about this. For those who are here for the old school Tales of Terralithia days, the HeroCraft server before this one, Henrik Lefroy was written down in Tales of Terralithia as an old baker who grew up. He met Lady Isabel, and he was sworn to protect. He ended up becoming the protector of the One Tree, right? The root of Terralithia's powers and everything. There was a blood cult as well. That is true. However, if you think about it though, right? This is for Drew, Zine, and anyone else from the prequel days. I think Tales of Terralithia is the sequel to the HeroCraft modern day server. Because when I said Henrik Lefroy was a baker turned soldier, adventurous soldier, well, now he could be a baker and adventurous soldier. from back then. So he's a baker turned adventure soldier, tells the Terralithia. Boom. The law writes itself. The law works. It's accurate. And I don't like that it's accurate. I'm checking my notes. To be honest, I don't really have a plan for your character yet. That's why we do it. The storytelling capabilities are way better this time too. Oh, trust me, because it's all modded, baby. I'm checking my notes. I can't believe it. We did so much in vanilla last night. We did. I'm gonna be a farmer. I don't see why not. So many people want to do all of the basic jobs, and I love it. I love everything about it. UK seems to be Sin. UK seems to be shaken. I'm shaking my leg. It's just a passive thing when I get too excited. A way to maintain myself. Because he's so yeah, exactly. I'm just it's an excitement containment thing. I'm shaking my leg, but I've got my hand on my leg as well. So it's just my whole body's shaking with it. Could just be, sorry, no, he's diabetic. No, he's just excited. He's just got ADHD. We did so much, but bro, we did so much in vanilla. You can't be diabetic, you drink Diet Coke. What do you mean? Yeah, how can I have too much sugar when I only drink Diet Coke? I'm drinking coffee. It's got technically 2.5 sugars in because I used 5 sachets. That's because I had a quadruple shot of espresso, so I thought I'll get some sugar in there with it. Scott. I'm messaging storytellers. I'm messaging all of the storytellers. I'm gonna make them write so much. We did. Well, true. We did. I know. Freaking hell. There we go. I don't even like doing that anymore. I think I might remove that one. Well, yeah, you're correct. We did so much in vanilla last time that this time it's either go big or go home. And I'm already home, so we may as well go big. You know? Let's go. I'm ready. I bet you are. I bet you are more ready than you think you are. And I think you're going to go directly in and you're just not going to know what to do. I did turn down. Am I control Spotify from my phone? Am I? I am. Why am I doing that? Why are you doing that? Stop that. Super ready for this now? You know, I need to make a character too. Do you though? Have you though? I'm ready. Oh, I'm so ready. Name's Gunther Colt. Name Gunner. Like Gunner Colt. Like Terminator, but without the tur. I can't do that again. How do you come up with a name? What are you thinking, Richie? Let's do character development with you and let's do it with Scott, okay? Let's do it for you two and let's see how we get on with it. I got mine for real. Yeah, I did yours. All set up and ready. You want to be a vigilante? Do it. Be a vigilante. Be whatever you want to be. Be the guy that sells paper rounds to get to know the locals. Get to know the players by selling them. Micah is Vesta Graves. And what does Vesta Graves do? What's his race? What's his religion? Who is he? Maybe be a news reporter. Be the local news reporter, right? Be a local news reporter. Sell papers. Get to know the people. And because you've told the people, you've got the trust of the people, you know what everything's doing in the city. You know what everything that's happening in the city. That way you can act as a vigilante on that. And there's a grey area for vigilantism, right? Who knows? It could be a law that people are like, yes, we love vigilantes. They might hate them. The guards might see it as a sign of threat. He is the local handyman who can fix anything. Well, guess you're gonna have to be a little handyman then, aren't you? See, chat. I love... Okay, put that back in. Put it back in there. Insane. Please, do you mind? I want to cool down, so please be quieter. He's also a carpenter. He's a carpenter and the handyman. How much local handymanism... How much of a handyman is he? Can he speak Spanish? Can he fix my sink? Who knows? There's just... We need to get all of like the I can't even say that out loud. Who knows? He can speak Spanish, English, and Russian. I'm gonna say don't do that if you can't. Guys, don't worry. I'll save you. Just put up the signal and I'll beat it. What's the signal? It's just a big square. And like, what is that? It's a forehead in the sky. It could be. Shados has a massive forehead and that's what he's going to use as a bat signal. Shados will save you with a massive forehead and the thighs that can save guys. Or we think... I don't think I like the NSFW route that you're taking. Hey, yo, he's got thighs to save lives. Scott, can you speak Russian? Can you actually? Or are you going to try to for the server? Because I'm going to say try not to. We might have to keep it. I do have a system. Let me see if I can get the sheet up for her. Wait, I've got a system for like introducing cuss words, but like introducing server-based language. Like we make our own server. So we make our own language, not fluent. I'd say try keep it. I don't think people are going to be speaking actual like real world languages though. I think it's going to strictly be English and then whatever the city is regional. You know, like we're going to make our own slang up. So like cockswobbler, for example, being like a little bitch is like it's going to be a cockswobbler. Who knows? We make up our words, make up our own language on the server. That way we don't break any TOS to do with anything because we made our own language up, like Zibberibber gibberish. Who knows? Who knows? There's no limit. I'm chat, I am speechless. I am actually without speech. I'm mute. Swaggertown drunk? What is Swaggertown drunk? We can spell, if you spell that a different way, right, we could spell it like this. We can do... Swaggertown drink. It's a word. Why is it a word? Because we made it a word. What does it mean? People can decide. Why not? Let the people decide what the language is. 100%. Why should the developers of the server control what the language is? Make your own language. Make real words. Make it all... As in, make it all up. Book of words equals a dictionary. No, we just no, as in a book of words. Like we need to make up real, like create real words. God, I love you. This server's insane. I'd throw my hat if I could. I would throw my hat. Schlimlager. Schlimlager. What is it? It's the Shadowsian forehead himself. Guys, look. Look up. Is it a bird? Is it a bee? No, it's Shardos. I think you mean Schlimlager. Schlimlager. What's a Schlimlager? That's Shardos. However, it's just his forehead. That's amazing. Right, Richie, didn't you want a character creation to be done as well? Because that's oh, my headphones. There we go. We could do it. Yes. What are we thinking? What do you want to do? Ah, chat. I miss this. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss this. I miss everything. I miss you. Ah! Giddy. Call me Giddy if you will. That's the problem. Well, start from the beginning. You want to do everything? I don't think you can do everything. But you can do whatever you want. Ming, Libby. You hear that music? I'm coming for you, Libby. I'm gonna find you, Libby. How you doing? I know I can't do everything. So think, what do you want to do? Adventure? Do you want to be a god? Do you want to run for king? Want to be a farmer, tending the animals? Do you want to be a baker? Do you want to be an archer? Think. There's got to be something that you really want to do. Because you can think that you want to try everything. Whereas the stuff that you want to test... One for king and adventure. Well, think. The king's going to have responsibilities. The chances of him going off on adventures is going to be pretty low. He's going to be there doing his kingly duties. You could probably be a god. And then the god being then an adventurer through those. I'm doing very good. How are you? I'm doing very well, Libby. Okay? I am. We're having a good day. We're talking about Minecraft because we're a nerd. Because, you know, I'm a nerd and all that. Like, before I am the king. I mean... Are you the king, though? I think that music indicates that you are the king. Yeah, you're a bad nerd. I'm a good nerd. So, adventurer to king kind of story. Adventurer to king. So you're going to try win the heart over the people? Is that the route that you want to take? As in, you go by... Think. Okay, so think. You can be an adventurer. You start gathering resources for people. Hard to acquire resources. That's your story. That's your arc. You go out on adventure. Take note. Adventure is going to be very, very hard. So you're going to go out and acquire the hard to get stuff. You bring them back. Give people favors. Make them love you. Then when it comes up to be king, tell people that you're... Welcome in, Bonnie. It's nice to see you. The main goal is to be the strongest, not the strongest. Yummy, I do look rather tasty today. In grey. Welcome in, hope you're having a good day. To be the strongest what though? You want to be the strongest soldier, strongest warrior, strongest guard? Want to be along, you know? That's okay, don't worry about it. You've got other things to do in the day. Potentially. What time is it? It's midnight, why are you still awake? Super close. Go to bed. Richie, what do you want to be the strongest what? God? No, I want to be the strongest fighter with the most power. That's going to be hard to acquire. Like king, like power. Okay, so not like physical power. You want influential power. Well, finish what you're doing also. You got to earn it. Exactly. You can't just wake up one day and just go, I want to be influential. Can't let him be king. Well, then maybe, chat. Think about it like this. He wants to be king, right? Well, you want to be king. You want to have all the power. Got to take out the competition. If Richie wants to be the one who has the most power, make sure he doesn't. Fight against it. Fight against him. We can't let him be. We can't. That's everything that I'm saying right now, chat. Everything I'm saying right now, we can't let him be king. If you want to be king and he wants to be king, there can only be one king. Unless you guys decide to partner. We'll banish all the gingers. We can't let... Okay, we can all agree that we can't let Scott be king. I'll be king if that's the case. I will run... Chat, I will say it now. If Scott runs to be king and it looks like it's only going to be 1 or 2, the lights look good. They arrived today. Oh my god. It took like a week to arrive. It was... Although I keep doing this because I haven't got a permanent place for them yet. I haven't decided. So... I'm spotty. Got ginger too? Who? Me? I'm not ginger. This is... Which animal? Yeah. I have something to control. Chat. I have a controller for them so that you guys can control them when I set them up properly. But they arrived today, so... I mean, I'm Irish. And Irishmen are true gingers. Well, how do you come up with a good name? What are you thinking? Okay, so look. What race are you thinking? Because if you're a high elf, if you're a high elf, if you're a dark elf, if you're an orc, are you a human? Are you a rogue? Are you a vampire? Vampires aren't in it yet. But do you know what I mean? Like, what do you want to go down the route of? If you want to go down adventurer, go something more like a rogue, which is also human. Rogue? Okay, so you're a human rogue, right? Are there half elves? We'll decide. Yes, so human. So you want to be human rogue. Okay, because think, dwarves have dwarven kind, like kingling names. So dwarves in this server are called Angnar or Angar. Agnar? One of the three. My race equals king. That's not a race. Otherwise, the English king would be a one of one. And he's definitely... I mean, he's kind of unique, but he's not a one of one. You're a dwarf and you diggy hole. I love the dwarves that I've named in this server so far. Angnar Hag. We can tell. He is a bit of a special one, our king, isn't he? Our king, innit? A name, though. Shut up, Shadows. A name for a rogue who likes to adventure. He's human. Medieval. Richie. Sure, if you kill the king, you can probably overthrow the king. Just good luck. He's going to be armored up and protected. Keep your forehead out. Yeah, exactly, Shadows. Keep your forehead out of this. What are we thinking? A human rogue that likes to adventure from medieval times. Fantasy, named Richie. I'm thinking keep your name as Richie, right? Or chat, give me some suggestions. We're thinking I'm gonna keep like Re as the start of his last name. So it's gonna be like Revark. Revark. Rivak. You could just do like, I think your name could be like Rivak. And then we could just have like a basic name at the end, like Rivak Turner or something. So like it looked like that. Rivak Turner. It's up to the government how exactly. It doesn't have to be just one king. What are we thinking of Rivak? I like Rivak as the name. Ricardo. No, Rivak. Ricardo's kind of... Shados. No, this is for... Not Shados' name. This is for Richie. So look at my notes as reference. Not Ricardo. I think Richie's too used to be called Ricardo, chat. What if I replace... Avocado? I think you're going to get killed by Richie before the server starts. Shadows. I'm not going to lie. Chat, so far, I like, for Richie, I'm thinking, I like Rivak, right? Free Rirakadu. Like Rivak, right? Rika hard? Be careful with that one, my dude. Rivak. But what would your last name be? This is why I like doing character creation with people on this kind of stuff. Because it's all about how you get to the name. Rehard. No, that sounds like yeehaw, but horny. How are you? I'm Rehard. Rishi Sunak. That, you know what? We've got the name. See, like yeehaw. Ride it, cowboy. Do it. Chat, you know what? Do it. Ride it. Ride along. Be a cowboy. Who knows these days? Rivak. Rivad. Rikvad. Rivak Steiner. I mean, that's just... I'm riding it, cowboy. Woody, wait, what was Woody's horse called? What was Woody's horse called? Shadows, Rikvad. I like Rivak. It's subtle at the beginning, harsh on the second. There's a snake in my boat. Bullseye. That's it. I'm a big fan of Bullseye. Rivak Sunak. It can't be Rivak Sunak. It sounds... Listen, Rivak. It sounds good. I know, but should we have something else in there, though? I also really like the music that's on right now. Eeyore as your chosen? Who needs Bullseye when you've got... What? You've got the Riz Lord Vak? See, this is why you can't have Shados naming people. You come up with stuff like Shadosian. Rishi Suvak. You can't... Chat, okay, we can't... We can't call him Rishi Sunak. We can't do it. You make me hydrate. I need more to drink. Oh my god, my mouth is dry from talking so much.
Drink water.
Never mind, I'm going to drink more.
Become moist.
I am moist.
Drink water.
Oh my god! No, Drew, it's just caffeine, bro. It's pure caffeine. It's pure caffeine. It's just caffeine, bro. Please. Let's stop. One more and we're done.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die.
It's true, though. I'm gonna die from it. Chat, I'm excited. I am. How do you clip? There's a clip button on the screen. It should be like there. Or I can just hit the clip button myself. And I've just clipped it right now. I hit a button on my desk and it goes boonk. Gotta die from something. May as well be caffeine. How'd it all go? I am going to be able to clip everything and I will upload it as a little bit of a missed gameplay. It's fine, don't worry about it. It went well. We went to the tavern. We showcased pretty much all of the map. I think we did just showcase the map. And I'm not complaining at all. Is Seamus good enough? Seamus can't... Listen, you can just be called literally nothing else but Seamus. No second name, just Seamus. People will make up their... People will give you a nickname. Send your donor page done broke. No, it did not. See? Did it? You've made me curious. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Nah, it works. I'm on a donor jar. I'm here. It works. I don't know what you're chatting. Thank you for the 30 bits, Drew. Appreciate it. I think this... Are you at the top for the bits? You are top for bits. Damn. Let's go. You don't have to have a second name. You could... Like, Mater on GTA, his name was Mater Tate. Or he's just called Mater T. But people just call him Mater. It's like Terminator, but without the ter. Mine's just pure white screen. Is it? Probably, and no one will beat you. True. What? Drew, just tell me, is the dono link broke? Now I'm confused. This music as well does not help at all. You got yours ready? The full name though? Wait, it doesn't work? Huh? Skill issues? Oh, wait. Is it working or is it broke? Sorry, I might have forgotten the question I asked. No, it's not broke. Okay. That must be because you're ginger. I think it's just because you're ginger, bro. I'm sorry. You lack soul. That's it.
Now, chat. This has been a wonderful tale of good and evil, of butt and buns, of everything combined. Don't you ever forget, there is a chance you too can help in HeroCraft. All you need to do is to believe by joining into the Discord server. Thank you for the £5 tip. A bedtime story? Well, we've only just begun. You see, chat, in the beginning, there was man, there was Steve, and there was Henrik Lefroy. And that was all that was needed. See, what Henrik didn't realize was that no matter how hard he tried to find love in Terralithia, it was never the time that he needed. There were things that he had to do, and thank you for the £5. Skip ahead a few years. The land had bloomed, the trees had blossomed, the flowers had brought new life. And for that reasons, we wake up every day with a new story and a new tale. The way we shall say, just you wait. HeroCraft will be here before you know it. So long. But not forever. For forever is never always. This is goodbye for now. Goodbye until we meet again for the next chapter of HeroCraft. Some people think that we're just getting too old for this. Me? No. My story is only just beginning. So long, everyone. Join in the Discord server. Join in. We will be posting the sign-ups. You think that was just the outro? No. This is my outro. This is your beginning. So tell me next time, chat. What does your story start like? And let me know. Where does your day end? Farewell, everyone. Until next time, my name is Henrik Lefroy. Bet you didn't see that coming. Farewell, travelers. HeroCraft awaits.